Brennan, you want another shot? And this is today's hangover. The Buster kept me out of handcuffs. He didn't just run back to the fort. The Buster brought me back. All right. Welcome to today's hangover. We are brought to you by liquor. Brendan, you ready, man? You ready to do this? Are we recording already? All right.
No more checks?
Cheers, man.
Nice. I will check you with some of this good fashioned cola in my cup.
Clink.
Azalu.
Clink. Puta.
I hate financial situations. All right, I'm just gonna be the first to say this. All right. I hate financial situations, and I'm only 24. I'm about to be 25, and my whole life is a financial situation. Okay?
It really is, man.
My whole life is a financial situation. And I hate this shit.
Tell me how much you hate it. Fuck Chase. Fuck Wells Fargo.
Each bank tells you how they can help you save, but you know they can't help you save what you don't have.
They don't.
Oh, you can save $25 a month, motherfucker. I need that $25 a month. Which month? I get paid twice a month.
Right? I at least get paid like 4 times a month, but my checks are a lot smaller though. You know, they spread that shit out, man.
And give you proportions of it.
Yeah, they don't even tell you about the overdraft, man. Fuck that.
Dude, did you remember?
Go ahead.
No, you go.
All right. Well, I remember the first time I found out about overdraft. Man, I was 18 years old. I got my first motherfucking debit card, and of course, everybody go to Chase. My mama told me to go to Chase. I think everybody has Chase.
Yeah, but you know what? Chase isn't in the ghetto.
Huh?
I mean, in the hood.
Well, no, there ain't no banks in the hood, man.
Ain't no fucking... No, there's Bank of America and Wells Fargo all up in those hoods.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's not even a bank, man. Fuck that,
Fuck that.
Dude, but fuck.
Take your ass to Pico. You ain't finding a Chase for miles. You're not finding a Chase for miles.
Yeah, I guess ATMs.
No, you ain't finding no ATM,
No, I just mean regular ATMs, man. But dude, I remember when I got my first overdraft fee, I didn't even know that shit existed. I kept swiping my card. I think they trick you, man. They fucking trick you, because I kept swiping. And I'm thinking I have money, man. And all they do, you know, I didn't know either that if you go overdraft, that they, let's say it's $1, right? It's -1, right? I found out that if you swipe it again, they charge you for swiping it. What the fuck?
They do how much?
I don't know how much, but they did, man. Cause they charged me a lot. I went -$300. I went -$300.
And for each day you don't pay that, they add more.
They add $34 or what is it, $35? I found out that shit the hard way, dude. And I went and I was like, why is it red? I'm like, what the fuck? And it says negative. And I went, they told me, they explained it to me. I'm like, dude, that shit's like $300. Like, you'll be charged. I don't get paid yet. You know,
$35
next week. Dude, that shit fucking adds up, man. My next 2-3 checks, cause dude, at work they only paid me like fucking $90 on my first check. Dude, it took a while. I got paid $8 an hour. Like, it took a while to pay that shit back. Fuck that shit, dude.
I think my first check was only like maybe 120 or maybe about 2. I think I'm being generous with 2.
$98, man. And that's because I had the union, so they didn't tell you about like, union dues and everything. They took a lot of fucking money. I was like, I'm fucking beating my ass for this shit. Fuck that shit, dude.
You were like, who's FICA? Who the fuck is that? Who that? I don't know nobody like that. I ain't have no child support on this bitch.
I was paying for insurance I didn't have. I was like, what the fuck?
Insurance you didn't have?
Yeah, I didn't have it.
You didn't know you have?
I didn't know I had it.
You didn't know you had it?
No, but they told me you get it after 3 months. I'm like, they're charging me for that shit in the first month. What kind of shit is that? Medical? My mama paid for that shit. Fuck.
My mom helped me sign for Medi-Cal. Covered. I don't know about y'all. Like that. Fuck, man. No, I understand what that fucking bullshit, because so this happened to me recently. And I have a credit card. And it's like a it's a Pep Boys credit card. And
So credit card.
yeah, it's still a credit card, and you could use it at gas stations and shit. And so, you know, I use it a lot or whatever the fuck. And I needed to make a payment. My payment's only $50. It just happened to me recently, you know.
Wait, 50 a month?
Yeah, 50 a month. Yeah, so it's a good minimum, you know. I usually pay over, but sometimes I don't because my life is a financial crisis, dude. So fucking, I had to make the payment, but I had the minimum, but I needed the money for something else. I don't remember, but I needed the money for something else. So I kind of still don't know how credit cards really work. So I thought, you know, you just miss a payment.
Oh, well, pay double next time.
Yeah, pay double next time or some shit like that. Or even if it's like I thought it would be like a cool late fee. Nah, these motherfuckers raised up my minimum.
Oh, they said it's a no.
To $70. To $70, all right?
Wait, so they raised it up to $70 and you can't go back down?
I think I can if I make another payment, like some more payments. But right now, I'm paying 70 though. You know what I mean? So they brought my ass to fucking $70 and I look at that shit and my heart dropped because I'm like, oh, I wasn't prepared for this on the next check. I was prepared for like 50 and like maybe 60 and shit. Hell no, that shit scared the fuck out of me, dude. But I paid it and I'm still paying it right now. And hopefully it drops down soon.
With your credit, if you miss a payment, that shit drops 50 points or some bullshit like that.
Oh, really?
Oh, that's what happened to me.
Oh, I have not checked my credit for that.
I missed one payment because I've been working hard, man.
Yeah.
I've been working hard for that shit. And it goes up little by little. Oh, you paid your shit, whatever, or you paid all your shit. Let me give you 2 points, you know, like 2 points here, 2 points there, you know. And then you miss one.
They're giving you pity points is what they're giving you,
50
pity points.
Or some bullshit like that. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'll pay you back, man. Like, shit. It's worse than a mile.
There was a lot of shit I didn't understand. I
still don't understand that shit, man. Fuck all that shit.
You remember when we went to Denny's? So we went to Denny's. It was just you and me. And we're like, hell yeah, we're only in high school and shit. We only got like, what, probably $20 from what our parents gave us or some shit.
Yeah.
And so we go to fucking Denny's. We're out there about a 246 it or some shit. And I think we fucking just... We fucked 2468. We saw the pricing on the lumberjack. We went $12. Big deal, bitch.
Shit,
I'm up
man,
to 20.
Yeah,
dude. So we get that, and then we get the soda, and then we're like, okay, so we're almost done with our food. And you remember we're like accumulating in our head. We're like, oh, tax might be 22, 23, but we're at 20 flat. You know what I mean? We're at 20 just flat. And we were done with our like drinks midway and shit. And we were thirsty as fuck. We didn't want no fucking water. We're children. So all we want is whatever you got with sugar.
Sugar in that
put it in the fucking
bubbly
cup, you know? Children's champagne is what I want. Some PG champagne. That's what I want. Some PG champagne. Give me that shit. So the lady just kept fucking asking us for refills and shit. I'm like, oh, bitch, you out here trying to upsell and shit? Wrong motherfucker, all right? So remember, I kind of got mad at the fucking lady.
Yeah, okay, I got it.
Yeah, like, yeah, fuck that shit, man. You don't understand that.
Dude, I hate also like, not only with food and shit, but with your car too. When you gotta do like and I know everybody's gone through this. I know for a fact, cause ain't nobody got a brand new car, like a fucking Mercedes or whatever the fuck. I went for an oil change. And the fucker, like, I told him, I'm like, look, man, I just want oil change. How much is it gonna cost me? He's like, $80, you know? I was like, all right, I got that. I got $100, you know? I'm like, $20 for Mickey D's, you know? Fuck it. So I go up, pulls my car up, and he goes like, hey, vení para acá. I'm like, oh shit, something's wrong. And he goes like, your car is leaking this, and this, and this. And I'm like, but can you do the oil change? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? I want to hear that shit. It was leaking coolant. It was leaking like power steering fluid where I didn't even know was possible. It was leaking oil. I was like, is that why I need an oil change? Can you just put more oil? Like, what the fuck? Isn't that the problem fixed? And he starts showing me different holes that my shit has. I'm like, I don't know anything you're telling me. And all I thought was
car
like,
had cancer of the engine.
All I fucking
cancer
thought was what my
hood.
dad would tell me. He would tell me like, hey, sometimes these motherfuckers try to screw you over. And then I'm like, you trying to screw me over, huh? You son of a bitch. I'm like, just the oil change, please. Just that. He was like, mira, this is gonna cost this and this and that. And he tells me like, altogether, I'll do it for $600. Like if he's giving me a deal. And I'm like, I have one of those 6. That's all I got, bro. Like, what the fuck? And then in my head, I was like, he's still trying to cheat me out. But then he shows me like, look, what is leaking and it's green. And I'm like, oil's not green. He must be telling the truth.
Oh, my car's an alien.
He's like, I was tripping the fuck out. I was like, you know what? Let me talk to my dad. I was like, Dad, it's leaking green stuff. What does that mean? I was like, what the fuck? It was coolant, man. It was coolant. I don't even know if it was a hose. I don't even know if it was a fucking radiator and shit. Oh man, fuck all that shit, dude. I just told him, I'm gonna junk this bitch. It's okay, just give me the oil change, man. Gave me the oil change.
You're like, will it make it home? Yes, okay, give me the oil change.
That's all I needed
Let
to
me
take
take
me
this
home
motherfucker back
and to
home.
fucking work, and I'm good. You know, like, fuck it, just make it last as long as possible, you know? My shit right now is still leaking shit, and what do? Just refill it. You know, fucking, fuck the EPA. I'm fucking up the earth.
Oh, yeah, man. That's already fucked.
Yeah. Oh, it keeps leaking shit. I'm just like, man, I'd rather pay $10 now and the next month than fucking paid, you know, for the fucking coolant or the power steering fluid. Don't give a damn, man.
Yeah, I feel you on that shit. For me, that Pep Boys credit card, I got that because I had no money to fix my car. And I said, you know what, though? I do got good credit. And I went to Pep Boys, took out credit, and I'm like, yeah, so what that run like? You know, so I ran that shit. I'm like, let me make an appointment and run this fucking credit on that shit. And that's how I got my car
Let me
fixed,
get
man.
some new tires.
Yeah, I got that
some
shit
new
fixed in my
tires.
fucking
You know what I'm
credit
saying?
card, man. Hell yeah, man.
Dude,
That shit came through.
you
like
remember
a
my piece of shit Honda too? And that shit, this is when I was broke as fuck, dude. I was barely making money, man. That shit would barely make it to work. But I made it one day, but it was cold as hell. I get in the car and it won't turn on. And I was like, come on, man. Turn the fuck on, man. I'm trying to go home. And it goes, tut, 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 tut. So I'm like, oh. And then a coworker was coming on. I asked him, like, hey, you know about cars? Because I don't. You know? And he goes like, oh, it's your starter. You need a new starter. So I was like, oh, so you can't help me, you know? And he said, no. So I'm like sitting there, call my pops up, and he goes like, oh, I'll pick you up. Just wait for me. And then, like, you know, we'll see how much it costs. So I was like, dude, and I didn't want to tell him like that. He thinks I'm saving money, being responsible. How the fuck no, I'm not, dude. Every time I got a check, I spent that shit in the weekend. All the time, man. So I'm trying to turn that shit on. Won't turn on, right? So I'm like, I'm chilling in the car and I'm like, it's cold as fuck. Oh, I should turn the heater on, you know? But I did not know you gotta warm up the car for the heater to work. So I turn that bitch on and it's all cold air. And I'm like, oh no! I'm fucking tripping the fuck out, throw friazo and shit. Turn that shit off. I get picked up and the guy told me, oh, my mechanic goes like, oh, I'll go over there and fix it. But it's gonna cost this much for the part and this much for labor and all this shit, right? And I'm like, well, I don't got that, you know? And then he was like, well, then I can't fix it. So I was like, okay.
You don't want to throw me a little pity fix?
That's what I was hoping
pity
for, you know?
fix and
I'm like,
shit.
don't you know my dad?
Y'all,
You know,
don't,
like, what the
y'all
fuck?
don't do pro bono work?
So he's like, hey, whenever you come up with the money, just, you know, like hit me up. So I was like, fuck, dude. So I had to bust it for work. And guess what I did with the car? I left that shit at work for a week. For a full fucking week. I left that shit at work for a week. I was like, dude, I'm gonna get towed. But luckily my job is like 24 hours and all around. So there's always cars there. So I left that shit there.
At my last location at work, I actually did that too, but I just left it there for a day because my car needed new spark plugs. And like, I guess I was pushing it off, or I just still didn't know, because you know, when you have the spark plug problem, your car just kind of does like a little twitch, a little hitch and it's giddy up.
I don't even know what a spark plug is.
Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I don't know what it is, but I just know when
It sparks the plug.
yeah, exactly. You know, it ignites fuel from
You just talking out of your ass, huh?
But
Shit.
yeah, so that shit was doing a little shake, and then I was closing at work and I was getting ready to leave, and I turn on my car and it's like I'm letting it warm up. And does that little twitch and shit and just turns right the fuck off, and I'm like, oh no, please no. And I turned it on again, and this time it wasn't turning on. I'm like, oh fuck. And my brother, he's going to mechanic school at the time, and so I'm like, oh well, hell yeah. I got a mechanic at the house. This motherfucker's gonna come and fix this shit right now. He comes and he's like, yeah man, I can't fix that shit. And I'm like, what happened? He goes, you gotta get spark plugs, dude. You need new spark plugs and shit like that. I'm like, oh man.
Like,
Well, I'm just gonna leave.
At 7-Eleven.
I'm just gonna leave my motherfucking car there, and I'm like tripping out. But my job was in a good neighborhood. I just had to text my boss like, "Hey man, I left my car overnight there, so don't tow it in the morning, please." You know, because at my last location, dude, we were quick to tow cars. Like if we saw somebody that wasn't supposed to be parked
This was
there,
at by La Brea.
Yeah, on La Brea and Beverly. Like the first thing we did, I used to love doing that shit too. I used to tow people's shit all the fucking time, dude. All the time, man.
I wouldn't do some shit like that. Do you remember before we had cars, when we went to the House of Blues? Oh my God.
We went to the House of Blues to see a bunch of nobodies.
This is all
right.
I don't know, where was it? West Hollywood or some bullshit like that? So, I don't know if you remember, but my older brother gave me free tickets to watch like a fucking Spanish rock band or a fucking dumbass rock band. Whatever the fuck. I don't even know the band, man. But like I think Jonathan had a car and it was a fucking Eclipse or some shit. And anybody know any of fucking white Eclipse? Ain't nobody fit in that bitch.
A white Eclipse is a 2-door fucking car,
all right,
about 2 inches off the ground.
Just imagine this. We got Joel. Joel is what, 6'2"? You know, he's a pretty big dude, man. You're what, 6'1", pretty tall. You know, I'm what, like 5'10", you know, some shit like that, pretty big too. Jonathan's the only little bitch there. And we're all in that car, and in the back seat, we can't even sit down with space. Like, what the fuck? And me and you were in the back, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. And even, remember when I tried to get out of the car, you have to lay down first and slide out. Some shit, you know what the fuck?
Well, did the electric slide out that motherfucker? I just fucking did that shit. Fucking slid out that bitch.
This motherfucker gets out, we go, and we're like, all right, you know, like whatever nice clothes we have, right? And I think we were, what, like 18? You were probably 17 or some bullshit. We're around that age, you know. We can't afford alcohol or whatever, but we could, you know,
go out,
be out. So we get there and everything's free. So we're like, just on the fucking, I guess, dance floor or whatever.
Let's clear that up. Everything's free to get in.
Yeah,
everything's free to get in. Let's clear that part up. Everything is free to get in.
We're watching it. I remember watching the band too. They're like fucking some dumbass fucking trying to act all cool and stand on shit, and he fell like an idiot. But anyways, so we're standing there and Joel decides to sit down, and we were wondering too, why the fuck is nobody sitting down? Like, you know, like why, you know?
A whole bunch of fucking seats. You know? I remember that shit.
And then we see Joel go sit down. And then we're like, oh, Joel's sitting down. So I guess it's cool, you know? So we all go, it's pretty loud, you know? And we sit down. Then we see other people sitting down. So we think it's cool. So we find out later that it's the VIP area. And fucking the waitress or whatever comes up to me while we're sitting and goes like, oh, this is a VIP area, and I can barely fucking hear her and shit. And then she starts telling me like, oh, in order to sit here, you have to order something worth $25 or you pay $25 or some bullshit like that. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You guys want to order a couple sodas or something, you know? And then we're like, yeah. So we get sodas and I think a batch of fries. And then we're just kicking it. So I'm like, in my head, I'm doing the math, dude. I'm like, all right, a soda maybe $4 or $5, 10, 50, 20. Oh, that's enough. This is probably at 20, 25 bucks. And then I'm like, can we get the check? Can we get the check, please? They're like, oh, are you sure? I was like, yeah, we already hit the limit, I think. She was like, no, you have about like, you know, $50 more.
I love how she said it so nicely. Yeah. Too. Like, no, you're fine. You're not gonna spend some more.
What do you mean? Didn't you say 25? She's like, oh, no, it's 75. And I was just like, put my finger on my lip, and I was just, what? Because I told these guys I'm paid. I told them I'm paid.
Let me tell you something right there. I felt my best friend senses, and I felt a disturbance. I was sitting next to him, and I said, like, something's wrong with Milton. Let me turn my head. And I turned my head to Milton, and let me animate this for you guys, okay? Milton was biting his upper lip and put his finger to his mouth like he was a detective. And he was gonna think, how am I gonna solve this without calling my parents?
Because, dude, okay. So at this time, I do have a debit card. But I remember specifically in my card, I had $74 and like 20 cents or some shit. And she said minimum 75, minimum. So I'm like, I just told these guys, don't trip, I'll pay. And I don't know if they have money. I know you didn't have a fucking debit card. Or
I have no job.
And so I'm like, what are we gonna do? There's security all over the place, man. What the fuck are we gonna do?
Brandon's not a runner.
And then I'm like, oh, okay. So then you're like, hey, what's up, man? We good? I was like, no.
No, we're not good.
Dude, and I told Jonathan, I was like, okay, I know you have a job, kinda. Like, please tell me you have over $75. He's like, I got like $100. And I was like, oh, I'll owe you $1, man, but pay this shit and I'll give you the money like right after we leave. Oh my God.
Hey, out of curiosity, y'all did no tip, huh?
Hell no.
No
shit,
tip.
man.
No
Shit.
tip.
Hell
No
no, dude.
tip.
And after that, I didn't even feel like kicking it anymore. I just wanted to go home. We were talking about eating Denny's afterwards.
after.
In my fucking head, I was like, oh, I'm about to get some cheese sticks and all this shit. Come mierda, man. Get shit. Get shit. We went
got
home.
nothing. We went home
I went
sad.
I was like, my shit is at 0 and it's only Friday. Oh my God, man. And after that, I never went back to the House of Blues. And
They
then
closed it
Lance had
down.
closed that
They
shit
closed
down.
it
Fuck
down.
the House of Blues. Fucking betrayers and
What
fucking
sucks is it was gonna be
tricksters or
such a
whatever.
fun night because we were going out like the first time, you know, like legal teenagers and
Hell
shit.
yeah,
After
man.
like, you
I
know,
didn't
we're
even wear
just
a fucking 4XL
we were just
short
ready,
shirt.
dude. We were just ready. Fucking
Put a
hell
collared
yeah,
shirt
we're
on.
gonna have the time of our
I
life.
never wear colored shirts on. I
Oh,
put that shit
man.
on because I was all excited. And it was colorful too. It had purple on it.
And we got swindled out of money.
Oh my
We
God.
got swindled out of money. Money we didn't even have.
Hey,
Oh
but-
man, my card has been declined too a couple times.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
Yeah, so one time I told Joshua, I was like, hey man, let's go fuck with some Yogurtland. And me and my brother are some big ass pieheads too. So at the time, he didn't have a girlfriend. So me and him were just kicking it a lot all the time, just getting fucking stoned as shit. I'm like, yo, let's fucking hit some fucking Yogurtland. It sounds bomb. Get some gummy bears, all that shit, you know?
Love
we
you.
go and I told him,
Captain
I will
Crunch today,
fucking get
bitch.
it. I'll pay for it, you know? I think he didn't have a job too because he had just came back from Florida. So he needed to get, you know, another job and shit. So at the time he didn't have it, so I was like, I got that shit, you know?
You're all excited
Hell
too.
yeah, man.
Treat him out,
We
big
go, and we go, and we fucking, we go, and this, I'm like, all right, so we get all our shit rounded up. We get our shit rounded up, and we're ready to fucking pay. And I'm excited, you know, I'm piled high with fucking gummy bears and boba balls and shit like that. I got my tart to the sky, and so I'm right there ready to pay. And of course, the cashier is cute as shit too, and I'm ready to pay. Big boss, ready to pay for big brother. I'm sorry, this isn't going through. This is what? It's not going through. I remember there's $20 in there. What's not going through? I look at my big brother. I'm like, do something about this, man. You're my fucking big brother. Do some shit right now. He pulled some money out his ass, but he had money. He didn't have a job, but he had some money. Well, where the fuck was you at? And why did you let me pay in the first place, God damn it? You the big brother over here. You fucking invite me.
Save me that shit for something special.
Yeah, and so he ended up paying.
Special day today, bitch.
He ended up paying, and so, you know?
Wait, so what happened? You didn't have no money? Or
No,
what?
I think I don't know what the fuck. I had a little bit of money is what I had. I think I had like maybe only $15.
Oh,
You
I
know?
don't
And I thought in my head like, cause you know, it's like Yogurtland is not cheap, but if you get it, cause you know,
Especially if you get more shit, if you
Yeah,
get more shit,
if you
stack
get a
the
lot of
bitch up.
shit. And you buy it by the ounce and stuff. And then you know how sometimes when you go in with your mentality like, oh, this is cheap, so I could get a lot of it. And you get a lot of it because you think it's cheap and then you just accumulated what you would have got if you would have just fucking spent like a regular shit, you know? Like,
Oh my goodness.
I went with my mom to go eat sushi one time. And I'm like, yeah, this sushi, it's called Blue Sea Sushi. And they serve the sushi on a conveyor belt. And the sushi is all color coded like on the plates. So, you know, the cheapest being like yellow and purple being the highest and shit. But really it wasn't so expensive, even the purple though. So I'm telling mom, yeah, get whatever the fuck you want. We're getting all this shit and we're just fucking piling high with fucking sushi. And then I'm like feeling good and I'm like, you wanna get some sangria? Like that, they had sangria right there. She's like, I mean, if you want. I'm like, yeah, sure. So we get some sangria and that shit was lit. 60 fucking bucks at the end of that shit, dude, at the end. At the time, I moved up from $200 checks to only $400 checks, man. That was fucking horrible, man. And so I paid it, but I was probably eating shit the rest of the week, man.
You're like cup noodles all day and shit.
But the bright side, I was like, oh, I had a good day with mother. I had a good day with mother.
Hey, man, you're supposed to be mama. You're supposed to be mama. Shit, man. But low-key, man, I'm glad I still got my job though and shit, man.
Oh yeah, man.
Even though, like, I low-key thought, like, even though it was shit pay in the beginning, but now it's, like, better, but, like, still, like, I thought I was gonna get fired. And even though it's, like, sometimes I complain too much and be like, fuck, I don't give a fuck about this job. I was scared, man. So they gave me, and this was, I think, the second day that they told me to do this job was to park cars. And I was like, fuck it, I'm down. Fucking easier than unloading trucks. And like, I work at UPS, you know? So I was like, I'd rather park the bitches and have other people unload them than me unloading the ones that park, you know? So I was like, fuck it, man, I'll do this shit. And the fucking second car I touched, man, I'm backing up. And these are tight ass spots. I mean, they're fucking like 2 inches like from the other car. You know, like you gotta be a skinny motherfucker to get out from the front, you know? So I'm like, fuck, dude, I need to park this bitch. And then like I'm parking and between the tire and the back gets hooked on the other car, like from the bumper, cause the bumper sticks out. So I was like, what the hell is it stuck on, you know? And I'm moving and you hear, I move back and you hear, and I'm like, what the fuck? So I get out, dude, I ripped half the bumper off. And I was like,
Of somebody else's car?
the other truck next to me that was parking, I ripped that shit off and I'm just like, fuck, dude, I'm about to get fired from the job that gives me money to survive. And that shit came up and I was just like, oh my God. The guy comes out, I call the supervisor, he was cool with me. He tells me, hey, yo, you're not a car parker. It's fine. Fuck it. I'm like, what the fuck you mean, fuck it? I'm like, how am I gonna move this shit? He was like, you know what, like, just rip it off. I was like, what the fuck you mean rip it off, dude? Like, what the fuck? So I hop on the other truck, turn that shit on, and I kind of like move it to the side, and it unhooks, and I park the other one, I park it back, and for like 5-10 minutes, I'm trying to push that shit back, you know, like trying to, I'm not strong enough.
Oh, you'll see.
So in my head, I'm like, oh man, I should get another truck and hit the front of this truck and push it in, you know? I was like, I'm gonna fuck it up. You know when you try to fix something and that's broken and you make it worse, you know? So I was like, you know what? Don't do nothing. Don't do anything, you know? Fuck it, you know? Fuck it, just leave it like that. And it looked horrible. Because all the trucks are lined up. So in the straight line, you can see that the last one, around the last one, the bumper's like, you know, out. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just leave it. He said it was cool. I'm gonna be like, he said it was cool. You fire him, you know, not me. So I'm like, oh man, but I'm all worried now, and I'm like trying to like, you know, be more careful and everything. So I park another truck like later on, right? That same day, I'm backing up, and the mirrors are metal. And I don't know if y'all seen the UPS trucks, it's all glass in the front and shit. So I'm backing up, and when you back up, if you're close, you gotta pull in the mirrors and then finish off. I didn't. So my left mirror hits the other truck, and I hear a clink, and I'm like, oh, please no. I was like, again. And I look at it, I'm like, oh, the thing's hitting the glass. So I'm like, I'm gonna just go forward, because if I go more back, I'm gonna break the glass. But when you shift, like when you go from reverse to drive, I don't know if you have like an old car or whatever, the fucking truck or the shit jolts a little bit. So it jolted.
Mine does that.
And it went, and it smashed the fucking window. And all of the shit cracked on the side. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna get fired. I was like, this time for real. This is the second fucking car. And I pull up forward and I pull the mirror in, I back it up, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna park shit on the other line. Like, fuck this. Thank God nobody found out, because it was so bad that day. But I was like, fuck, dude. At work, I was like, oh, I was shitting bricks. After that, I said, fuck you guys, I'm not parking shit anymore. You got me fucked up. I'm gonna park my car. Or I'll park in an empty spot. But like, you know, like, there gotta be 2 other empty spots next to it.
Oh, yeah. Go.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, at that same job.
Well, yeah.
At that same job.
Okay, you guys caught a fuck up, all right? God damn it. It's my turn. It's my turn, motherfuckers, okay? God damn it. All right, it's my turn. Yes, brain farts, we're not all fucking shit like that. Well, speaking of cars and work.
Speaking of farts.
My fucking boss one time, she's like, oh, because I'm a supervisor. So my boss at my last location, she's like, oh, hey, hon, I want to send you to a little supervisor meeting. It's called Train the Trainer. They're going to help you how to teach other people when they come in and shit like that. I want you to do this. And I want you to dress nice when you go there and shit like that. I didn't want to fucking do this shit, man. I hated this, you know, and I don't have a license. So keep that in mind. I don't have a fucking license. She knows I don't have a license and I don't want to do this shit, you know. She's sending another one of my supervisors there too. I'm like, cool, but I really don't want to fucking go, man. Like, I really do not want to fucking go. What's the best excuse that I can do right now?
I don't have a license.
Exactly. But she knows that I drive anyway and I be doing that shit. So what's an even better excuse? Oh, so I hit her with this. I drive around for a little bit. I lag, you know, I don't know why I still drive around. I could have gone home. No, you know why I drove around? Because I was gonna go at first. And then like on the way, I just said, nah, fuck this. I'm not gonna fucking go. So I went, I parked on the street. I lagged for like a cool ass minute, you know, like I think I was supposed to be there at 11. I called her like 11:30. And then I told her, I'm like, hey, Yesenia, that's her name. So I'm like, hey, Yesenia. I can't go to the meeting. She's like, why, what happened? And I'm like, well, cause I don't have a license and I did an illegal turn. And I just got pulled over. And so I don't have a license and they towed my car. And they took it away, but I gotta go pick it up. So I gotta go right now. I'm not going. She's like, oh my God, is everything fine? Are you okay?
You're like,
I'm
no, it's not.
Well, everything's cool. I mean, they didn't take me.
I'm in distress.
You know, they didn't take me. They took the car, thank God. But you know, I'm just waiting for my mom to pick me up now. We're gonna go get the car. And so that got me out of the shit right there. But I wasn't completely out the shit because she's like, don't worry, we'll send you to another one. And I ended up going like the next month or two. She's like, you gotta go. I'm like, ah, fuck. Well, what are the odds? 2 times? Let's go for it. Nah, but I didn't do it the second time. I went for it, and I learned absolutely nothing. I learned absolutely nothing.
Some bullshit, man.
I did learn that Baja Fresh makes a mean carnitas.
You know, fish tacos about that too, man. Dude, at work, man, this one time, I went, like, cause I work there's a bunch of fucking toilets everywhere, man. Like for girls, guys, and everything. And I want to go take a shit once, you know? And I like taking my shit during work. I like doing it because I'm like, fuck it, man, 5-10 minutes.
Company time, get paid.
You know, fuck it, you know? I'm not gonna take a shit at my break. That's my break, you know? So I want to go take a shit. I'm gonna just say this, man. Wherever you're taking a shit, make sure there's toilet paper. Cause sometimes there isn't. And my toilet paper is like any other stall. It's a metal box and you gotta go under. So I'm taking a shit and I'm right there 6 minutes in maybe. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm pretty much done looking at my phone and shit, and I go under and, oh no, there's no papel. There's no paper, dude.
Oh, you feel as the cardboard roll?
Dude, yes, dude, and I'm like, oh, fuck, dude, what the fuck do I do?
Maybe just peel off the layers of it.
I am not about to hit up a coworker or my supervisor and be like, hey, you know how I'm taking a shit? I got no paper, you know? That's embarrassing, dude. So I'm like, fuck, dude. And there's people in there too, you know, that I don't know. Cause it's like, you know, 2 stalls and 2 urinals, you know? So I'm like, fuck, dude, what do I do? So you know what I did? And this is the most uncomfortable shit I've ever felt on my ass, was the fucking toilet seat covers. I rolled them up and I have to wipe my ass.
You know, I think girls do that a lot when there's like no...
Well, it's different. They probably do it when they pee, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
When that shit goes through the paper.
Oh, yeah.
I had little pieces of caquita on my hand. Ooh. That shit was fucking gross. I'm like, fuck.
You had Snicker fingers?
Oh, dude. It was so fucking disgusting, man. And even like, after I finished, I went out, right? Like I fucking cleaned my ass up and everything. I washed my hands and I go out. And I go to the next stall, which is like fucking like a minute away, you know, it's all far because we go boy, girl, but it's like a long way. And I'm walking away and the guy goes, like, my supervisor sees me and he goes like, oh, you're going the wrong, your line is over there. And I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, did you just come out of the bathroom? And I'm like, yo, you don't get it. I'm like, dude, like I look at him and I guess he's like, oh. He gave me a look like,
oh, you poor thing.
Something's wrong. You know? And I walk in, he didn't even ask me anything when I came back out, dude. Cause I have to go to the other one and re-wipe cause I still had like ass cheek full of fucking peanut butter and shit, man, on my ass cheeks and shit. I still had a caca in there. So I have to go and wipe for real, man. And it's so uncomfortable, man. You can feel the warmth on your cheeks. It's so gross. Disgusting. But I had to do that, man. And I don't know why the fuck people use so much toilet paper. You only need 3 to 4 wipes at most. But people roll that shit the fuck up and everything, you know? I hate that shit, man.
God. I used to have a nasty motherfucker at work, man. I'll open, his name was Sam. He was a customer and shit. A fat motherfucker. I'm talking about glutacious, like everything. Have you seen the movie Kazam?
No.
No? Oh man, well there's a fat motherfucker. He wants everything to himself, yeah? You know what I mean? Like that, like you know what I mean? So this motherfucker would just come in every day and we'll see him, and I have glass all around my my store, you know, so it's like a big ass fish tank. I could see everybody passing me by and shit, you know, and my restroom was on the outside, so we would see this motherfucker every morning walk from one end, you know, going straight, and then he would go and use the fucking restroom and take a shit at our fucking store all the time. And that's fine, yeah, take a shit. But dude, that was like, oh yeah, fuck taking a shit at home. I'm gonna fucking take the biggest shit at this. Food. He would go take a shit, and we wouldn't see him for like the next 20 minutes, and he had already been there for like a cool minute. Like, we seen you, Sam. Like, we saw you, dude. We saw you. You've been there, and then all you come is just get this small ass coffee. I hate you, man. Cause I opened, okay? So I really don't have time to take a shit at home or something like that, or pee. I gotta go in there and use the restroom too. I come in there and that shit is fucking rank. That shit is rank. God damn it. But fucking, he would come in and act like it was nothing. It was so funny because we'll have new baristas come in, and you know, when you're a barista and shit, and you see a customer coming, you get ready already. You're like, oh, you know, let me get to the register, or let me just start emptying this shit. And I would be there, and let's say they're new, they don't know this fool, and I'll be like, nah, that's okay, fool. This is what he does. He comes here, he takes a big ass shit, and then all he does is just gets a fucking small coffee. Don't worry about it. Like, yeah, they'll get ready. I'm like, yeah, you won't see him for a cool minute, dude. You do whatever the fuck you're doing. Whatever you're doing, don't worry about it, dude. We will find his fat ass waddling over to us, dude.
See the fat ass shit. You know what I did was too at work? Because I don't know if you remember when I got kind of like, I guess promoted, but they put me in the hazmat shit. So in hazmat, you basically deal with spills and all that bullshit with packages, right? You gotta go clean up or whatever. And sometimes you gotta dispose of packages that customers don't want, you know? Most of the time it's food, you know? So I was like opening shit up and everything. And I'm not a fan of sweets, but I found a cheesecake in a box, and it was fresh, and they said dispose, you know? And we can't take shit home, you know, because it's considered stealing, or if you do, you get sick, you can sue the company. So I was like, oh, fuck, this shit. And you could tell I had the swerves a berry in the middle, you know, like a rainbow.
That's prime cheesecake right there.
And I pulled it out, and I was like, I gotta throw this shit away. There's no way.
I know where to dispose of it.
There's no way, dude. And there's a camera in that section, you know, but it'd be hiding in a corner and you go in, like you could get away with it. So I'm acting like I'm putting shit to the side and everything to make space, and I put that shit in the side, right? But now I'm like, all right, so I got the camera covered, but now I gotta make sure that nobody sees me, you know? So then, I don't know if you remember, we're gonna call him Gio, bandana, you know, old school.
Yeah.
You know? And he came to say what's up to me and everything. And I told him, I'm like, hey, bro, I need a favor, man. He was like, what's up? And I'm like, look, just keep a lookout. All you gotta do is just keep a lookout, make sure none of the managers come and everything. And he's like, for what? What are you gonna do? And I was like, I'm gonna eat this cheesecake. I'm about to eat the fuck out of this shit. I just need a couple bites, you know? I'm not gonna eat the whole thing, obviously not. It's a big ass cheesecake.
You drug addict, huh? I just need a little taste, Papa. I just need a little taste.
And then he was like, oh, all right, cool. You got a spoon? I was like, no, man. I got gloves. I'm gonna use my hand.
I got my dusty ass hands.
I got gloves, you know, because it ain't dusty right there, bitch. It's fucking just put the gloves on right there. The little guante or whatever, right? So I go and like I'm like, all right, just tell me when to go. He's like, all right, you're good. Start digging in, right? Take like 2-3 bites. I don't fucking, you know, you get the little like hard part in the bottom.
You gotta get the combination.
You gotta get the whole combination, you know? That shit's hitting so good. It was real fucking good, dude. Whoever fucking threw that shit away fucked up. I'm eating that shit and he goes like, oh shit. And I went with a fucking full mouth. And I had to grab the napkin, like, or the paper towels that we have, like, to clean up and shit. And I spit in it, and I put it in the thing. And he goes like, oh, I'm just playing fool. I was like,
and I bet you that bite that you spit out was the best bite. Was the best bite.
It was, man. I had some in my nose, too. I was choking. I was like, dude, what the fuck, dude? He's like, oh, I just want to get on video, fool. I was recording you. I was like, dude, what the fuck?
Some cheesecake coming out of your nose?
Well, I had some in there,
might as well
man.
be some fucking plaster up in that bitch.
It smelled good, but fuck, it still hurt. It still hurt. Oh my God, I was so mad that I just threw that shit away. I didn't give a fuck.
We used to keep lookout a lot at my work because I had a couple, well, I mean, I'm only 24, but at the time over there, I was like 22 when I was working there, or 21. And so I had some younger fools that were only 18 and shit. And so like, they didn't give a fuck, and they like to smoke too. And I was like, I'm down to smoke and shit. So we would smoke, and we would fucking hit it in the parking lot. And that was the only one with no, my other homies had a car, but they shared it, I think, with like their family members, or they would have their family members in there, so they couldn't like have the car smelling like weed. Me, I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, we smoke in my car all goddamn day. So we would just fucking go. I'm like, look, you hold down for right now, like 10 minutes, hold down the floor. I'll be back. I'm gonna go hit my shit. Then I'm gonna leave you a fucking fresh one. I come back, I hold down the floor, you go back and you hit that shit, and we're just fucking high the whole fucking shift, man. So I used to do that every fucking day. I still do. I don't do that every day. I used to do that every day at my last location with my last job and my last group of workers. I used to do that every day at fucking work and in the parking lot. So one day I had an opening shift and I'm like, cool, I'm just gonna fucking smoke some weed. And I was opening with a coworker who didn't smoke. So he was just chilling, not in his car, he would chill on the patio sometimes waiting for whoever the shift opener was to come and open with him, you know? So I'm smoking weed and shit and I'm chilling in the parking lot early in the fucking morning, and I could see from the parking lot the street, and I see like sirens, like when they're chilling, you know how they just have the yellow lights just flashing on and off. And I'm like, oh, maybe they're waiting for us to open or whatever, but I know they weren't gonna come to the back, cause you know, so I'm like, I'm just gonna keep smoking and shit.
Not giving a fuck.
Not giving a fuck, so I'm just gonna keep smoking. I kept smoking, and I'm like, all right, cool, it's time for me to go in and open the store. I go, and my barista's right there, he goes, hey, Brandon. And I'm like, what's up? And then 2 fucking cops approach me, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh shit. And I knew he knew I smoked it in my head. I'm like, what the fuck did you tell them, man? So then they go, hey, you work here, you're the manager? I'm like, I'm the manager on duty. So they're like, well, someone broke into your store. And I'm like, oh, word. So they're like, yeah. And I'm like, where'd they break in? I'm like, it seems like they went into here, but we're not allowed to go in until you were here. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Well, we could go in now. So I'm just fucking high as fuck, and they're like walking right behind me and shit. And I'm like, oh, god damn it. And the fucking burglars didn't take shit. And you know, I'm a supervisor, but I don't have access to everything. So I don't have access to the cameras. And they're like, you think you could show us the video footage? I'm like, yeah, I don't have access to that shit. So
yeah, they don't trust me.
Can we come at a different time or something like that? Like, yeah, I'll call my boss and most likely she'll come down. You come at a different time, like 12 or whatever. So they did. And I saw the tape, and I had never seen like real, like, you know, unless it's like FBI's most wanted list or some shit. I've seen burglary on TV, but I saw it like right there on the fucking camera, and this motherfucker really came in like a cat burglar, dude. He was crouching down, fucking walking like, you know, oh, nobody's gonna see me and shit. And so then he had a crowbar, and one of our doors, we had 2 doors at our location. One of them was just like a regular house door for some reason, dude. So he just got the crowbar and just clack. Just went in there, and the alarm went off immediately. You see this motherfucker just run, scatter, looking for everything, dropping everything, making a mess of everything to leave with nothing, dude. Everything was in the safe, and then look at this fucking idiot. We kept our tips under the register, and he didn't even find the tips. It was literally right there in the fucking bag.
Now I know.
That's the first thing I looked for, and the tips were not there, man. Fucking idiot, dude. But you want to see something more that was more stupid than that? Is in the camera footage. They had their, in the parking lot, their truck waiting, like the getaway truck, in the alley. Check this out. These motherfuckers dip, and literally as they dip, because they left through the alley, 5 seconds later, I swear to God, 5 seconds later, the cops pull up on the other side, but not checking the alley. They just pull up into the side.
Oh my God.
They don't even bother to go around. They just pull up right to the front. Our parking lot's in the back, along with the alley, obviously. And they fucking left through the alley and literally left through the other side. It's like as they were coming, the cops were going. They probably passed right by each other and shit, man.
They just like, have a good day, sir.
And that's all you see. It's like, fuck, man. I wonder if the cops saw this footage. They're like, damn, man, we're getting fired. Fuck, man.
A write-up or some bullshit, man. Oh, man. All right, well, we're going to wrap up. I just want to say thank you for listening and tuning in again on today's Hangover. Cheers, man.
Also, I hate my job.
Likewise.